2020, the first coronavirus test came back positive in the United States, and since then, nearly 2 years later, that number has shot up from 1 case to now 64 million.
Yeah, and a handful of those cases are from right here in the DMV. WDVM's Katie Ree has a look at where things stand throughout our coverage area as we close out year 2 of COVID-19 being in our lives. Hey, Katie.
Hey, Joseph. Hey, Tasmanian. Good evening. So as you said, those numbers are surging. We're reaching around 64 million cases, and many of these areas in our coverage area are reaching record case numbers. Now, local health officials here are warning that the surge might not have even reached some of the states in our coverage area.
As we remain in this pandemic, this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Coronavirus cases are surging across the country, and here in the 4-state area, Virginia leads with over 1.3 million cases and an increase of over 17,000 new cases in the last 24 hours. Now, neighboring West Virginia has reported over 5,000 new cases and a total positive case recording of over 377,000. State COVID czar Dr. Clay Marsh has this message for West Virginia residents and also residents in neighboring states.
More people can identify if they do have COVID and stay away from others, reduce that spread, reduce the rate of new case increase, the surge. It will not only protect our communities and our vulnerable people, but importantly, it will protect our hospitals, which will enable all of us to be safer every day.
The district has reported around 1,500 new confirmed cases as of January 12th. This brings their confirmed case total to around 120,000. Now, neighboring Maryland has reported around 880,000 confirmed cases and an increase of nearly 10,000 cases over the last 24 hours. And despite new testing sites opening across the state and new masks being made available by the Maryland Department of Health, the 7-day positivity rate still stands at almost 25%. But Dr. Anthony Fauci hopes the peak will be over by the end of this month.
When you talk about the projection of when you peak and turn around, different countries with different demographies and conditions will peak differently. I would hope, I can't predict accurately because no one can, but I would hope by the time we get to the 4th week in January, end of the 3rd week, beginning of the 4th week, that we will start see this coming down.
Now, health officials, including Dr. Marsh, are still urging people to get their vaccine, especially their boosters if they have not already done so. For now, reporting live for WDVM 25, I'm Katie Ree.
Katie, quick question for you. So as we compare these numbers, we really can't ignore this week's announcement about West Virginia Governor Jim Justice, who tested positive for the coronavirus even after both a full vaccine and a booster. So Katie, what resources are available to people who, like the governor, get sick even after their shots?
Well, guys, at least in West Virginia, there is an option for monoclonal antibody therapy treatment. And now this is also on top of that approved oral antiviral pill. But people would have to speak with their health providers before receiving any of these treatments. And especially the governor, he said that he's very happy that he is not too sick, but he's grateful for these treatments and that they caught it fairly early.